Attracting the right talent during hiring or even onboarding is the first step to ensuring that you have the right candidate on board whenever you want to advertise for any position. So today we are going to be looking at how best can we craft compelling job descriptions to be able to attract the right talent at the application stage. My name is Mary Amondo, in charge of training and career advisory services here at Corporate Staffing. And as usual, I'm joined by Paminas, our CEO, who is also a lead recruiter. And we are going to be unpacking some of the areas to really consider when it comes to compelling a good job description. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Mary.
Great.
Yeah.
Recruitment or hiring can be a bit expensive.
Yes.
And it begins right from the job description, getting to do the job analysis, finding out what are some of the key areas that are key for this position that we want to hire for.
Yeah.
So we are discussing today about being able to compel a job description that can make a difference for the recruiter.
Yeah.
So to begin with, how can recruiters ensure that the job description accurately reflects the requirement and even the expectations of the position they want to onboard for?
Yeah. I like the way you've introduced the topic. Many people, whenever they are recruiting, they think that recruitment starts with shortlisting and followed by meeting candidates for interviews. But like you've said, the starting point is actually the job description, because it's from the job description then we are able to develop a job advert. So a lot of us, even seasoned HR professionals, we miss on that. And that then you can see, you've heard of the concept of garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
If you make a mistake at that initial entry point, then you can see the probability of having mistakes are very high way back. So you might find that you are having a high turnover, people are not staying in the company, or people are not motivated simply because of where you failed, which is at the very beginning. So having said that, then what can you do to the job, to the job description and to the job advert to make it stand out? Number one, just like you've said, is conduct a thorough job analysis exercise. And I know this is a HR term, but to bring it closer home, when you talk about a job analysis, there are two things that I'm interested with. What does this job entail, and who's the best qualified person for the job? Yeah. So I will be looking at the job content in terms of this is what I expect, from this job. So if it's a receptionist, I would want someone to be receiving customers, handling calls, maybe doing filing, maybe even doing a bit of petty cash. So that is the job. So then when you go to the person who would be ideal for this. So probably it's someone with 2 years of experience in customer service, someone who's probably familiar with some accounting packages. So it starts from within. Do you understand the job? Because how can you go to the market and start asking people to apply if you don't yourself understand the job? And that is where even us as corporate staffing, we come in, we help SMEs, come and help do that job analysis exercise and help them, put in the HR structures in place. Yeah. So the starting point is a job analysis. Then how you also structure the job description matters. If you are using big words, big words don't impress. You want to communicate. So the more straightforward, the more simpler you are, the better.
It helps you to attract.
It helps you to attract, because people are at different levels. Even if it's a CEO, there could even be terms which are specific to your industry. So if I don't understand them, how do you expect the job description or advert to speak to me? Yeah. So language also matters. Then also be realistic in terms of expectations. I've found instances where someone wants to overbroad the job. So they're looking for a male receptionist, but what do they call the role? They call it an office administrator. So you make the role look so big, and yet it's
just a receptionist.
It's just a receptionist. So if you're looking for a receptionist, say that. If you're looking for a sales executive, don't use very big words. Yeah, and especially in the tech industry, you'll see they'll talk about growth expert, and it's a business development role. Yeah, so maybe in the industry, I know some of those jargons are applicable in some industries, and there's nothing wrong in using them. But ask yourself, at the end of the day, am I communicating to my target audience? Yeah. So that's in terms of realistic expectations. Also, the application details. It would also be helpful to be as straightforward as how do you want these candidates to reach you. Yeah.
So the job analysis and just being realistic on the job description is very key.
Those are key. Those are key. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, because remember, the work of a job advert is to communicate to the right candidate. What do I mean? I should be able to read that advert and I disqualify myself because of the things that you put. Yeah. So again, also, if you're also as detailed as possible, you know, without being lengthy. Yeah, concise. In fact, the right term to use is to be concise, such that you're communicating the right information to the right person and they're able to understand you. Yeah.
Great. Can you maybe provide an example of a well-crafted job description? How can it impact the candidate's perception of the potential employer, the company, and even the role?
It can in very many ways, but I'll highlight some of the top ways. Number one, it can speak to the company culture. So for example, if you say you're a startup, SME, someone already understands. Okay, so that's number one. And you can even talk about some of the things that you do. Maybe you have flexible working hours. Maybe for you only work Monday to Thursday, Friday is a holiday, and Saturday. Again, you see it speaking to the company culture. You can, through the benefits, if you mention the salary range that you're willing to pay and some of the benefits that you provide, someone is also able to put into context the kind of company. Is it an SME? Are you a multinational? You know, like government agency, they always give you a range. So you know you're applying for this job, the salary starts at 20,000 to 30,000. Yeah. So again, it's able to set the tones and the tone and expectation of from the employer, from the professional. The other thing is a candidate is able to see, does this position align with my career goals? Yeah. The instances, especially the higher you grow, people are not just moving for the sake of it. You want to make sure that it's a strategic move. Yeah. So apart from the job title, they'll be looking at what are the tasks and the responsibilities. So the instance is someone you look at this and say, well, it's a big title, but it's a person will be doing even lesser than what I'm currently doing with my low title. Yeah. And also, so that's number three. The last one is it provides clarity, you know, in terms of expectation. And like I said, this is a big one. This is where people fight, you know, the employer and the employee, because if there's no expectation from the word go, then you can see how chaotic it's bound to be. Yeah.
So it's very important for organizations or institutions to ensure that they get it right from the job description.
They have to. And I always recommend that it's a living document. So after every 2 years, please review your job description. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing with us. As you have heard, indeed, job descriptions are just but living documents. So it is important to review them every now and again, and not just reviewing. Ensure that the job description for the role that you are onboarding for is geared towards attracting the right talent. At Corporate Staffing Services, we endeavor to work with you this journey. Feel free to reach out to us. We come in handy to help organizations or companies be able to get it right from the first stage of the hiring process, and that is crafting compelling job descriptions. My name is Mary once again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching.